Hi, my name is Rashay Rutherford and I'm one of the trainers of the NBI Practitioner course. Just to give you a little bit of a background, I have been involved with this training for probably 2 decades now. We have trained well over 1,000 people in South Africa alone, but also in numerous countries right across the world. And in so many domains and fields, because we have profiles, business orientated, of course, education, there's a whole basket of sports profiles, there's creativity, leadership, innovation. I can go on. The question that people often want to ask is, why do I have to do this? You know, how is it going to add value to my business, to my domain? And I can really go on and on and on to give you that answer, but the question on how can we apply the knowledge of the NBI in a nutshell is really everywhere. I haven't found an area where this doesn't enhance and add value to my business, to my school, to my club, to my family even. It is just unbelievable, this insight into other people, how they think, what they like, how that impacts the passion that they bring to the workplace, for instance. If we talk in a business, why do we need to understand the NBI? Now, what does it give you? It gives you insight into every single person working there. And that impacts on so many areas. For instance, how do I manage? Because one of the things that we've learned over the years is it's just not possible to be a good manager if you manage people the same way. So there really isn't one fits all. So what makes that particular person tick? How can I incentivize that person? How can I give instructions that make sense to that person? And that may change when you go to the next office and you have to manage somebody else there. And the results you get from people knowing, I understand you. I know what it is that you want to know and want to hear, and how much you want to know and want to hear. And the same with leadership. You know, the leader has to be what we call a whole brain leader. So the leader has to be a leader for everybody. And what does that mean? You know, how can I, we call it go walkabout in the brain. How can I be a leader that can inspire all kinds of different people in the workplace? If I stay with business, if I'm in sales or in marketing, I need to learn what does it mean to speak the language of the listener, because very often in sales and marketing, I have to move out of my own preference, the way I like to put things across, and speak the language of somebody else, because we very often lose that sale. We don't catch the target market when we market, because we don't understand who the other people is on the other side, because we are always talking our own language. We think that is the right way to do. So in business, I need to understand what is the language of the other people as well. Then, of course, thinking of just looking at strategy, at your future. We have a model called the whole brain future model, which literally helps you in your understanding of the whole brain to create for your company the ideal future. And it doesn't stay, you know, this ideal, this dream, but then you can go back and you can apply all the quadrants and the parts of the brain to get you to that ideal future that you set for yourself. So the areas are absolutely numerous where I can apply this. And just really it fits in everything that I've already said, just the essence of communication, of building relationships within my organization. It's crucial, because so often we think, you know, other people can just think like I am, the world would be a better place. But no, people don't think like you do. But that doesn't make them wrong. And that dynamic that we find in relationships, in our teams. How do I understand my team? How do I understand the dynamic? How do I understand how I can bring the best out of the team? How can I make all my members of my team feel, although we bring something different to the table, we need the whole brain to succeed? And that then flows into things like decision making, for instance. What is a good decision? how do I understand the impact of the whole brain in decision making? If I don't follow a whole brain process, how can I ever get to a decision? Because I need to understand every aspect in order to make the right decision for that specific issue. And so I can go on. There's really no end to why the NBI is crucial for success in business. And the wonderful thing about what we have found is once these things come into play, once the whole brain becomes a way that I can build relationships, I build my teams, I make people feel they're important, attitudes change, and it has a direct impact on my bottom line, on my profits. So this is really crucial for a successful business. And it really is a simple process. We have trained children in understanding the whole brain. So it's not an intricate, difficult issue to teach people out in the workplace. People love it. They really get to understand who am I and why, am I different to others, and how we can work together, because we really don't have to think the same in order to form this wonderful team that can really face up to anything out there. So the NBI, yes, it is a great tool. It is, I think, essential for all organizations to buy into, because it really, really adds value to so many aspects of the business.